Hey guys, my name is Jordan Harris and welcome back to ReviewTube. And today I'm going to do a review on a famous Martin Scorsese movie. Now this is my number one favorite Martin Scorsese film. It's not Taxi Driver, it's not Goodfellas or The Irishman. My number one favorite Scorsese movie is Raging Bull. Raging Bull is a movie that is based off of a famous American boxer named Jake LaMotta. Jake LaMotta's nickname is the Raging Bull because, well, he is a tough boxer who has a really huge temper when it comes to fighting, but he also fights outside of the ring with close people that he cares about. So, yeah, this movie stars Robert De Niro as Jake LaMotta, and like I said before, he has a huge temper around his brother, played by Joe Pesci, also around his wife, and he starts getting jealous easily whenever his wife starts hanging out with some people, and he starts having outbursts, starts cussing them out and all that, through giving out threats and all that stuff. And yeah, this was a pretty rough movie, but think about it like this. It's like how a famous person who is on stage or in a big sports event, you'll just see them as regular athletes who are ready to go for what they believe in. Outside of their career, they have pretty much a hard personal life. Maybe there's some abuse or some depression they're having, or anything that hurts their body, and they don't really tell anyone about what they're dealing with because it's pretty much a personal thing that they're going through. And this is just as I'm explaining about Raging Bull, how it shows how many famous actors or athletes start telling the fans that they're all good and they're having a good time, but they may not have a good time outside of that public area. But yeah, Raging Bull, like I said, about a boxer who has a huge temper, based off a real person. And yeah, the whole movie was pretty dark, pretty harsh scenes. That's what you might expect in a Scorsese film like Goodfellas, because there's a lot of crime in there. For this movie, it's a sports drama, and when it's a sports drama, it's about how much speed, endurance, and tragedy whenever it comes to losing a game. This movie represents other films that are pretty much sports dramas, such as the Rocky films, the Karate Kid films, and the Will Smith movie, Ali. So yeah, I'm just trying to connect these movies because those are sports dramas that really show how many athletes can turn a little gruesome and pretty violent. For Robert De Niro's role, he was pretty good because he is a well-known actor. He is mind-blowing, and he won for Best Actor in this movie, and this was his second Oscar. His first Oscar was playing a young version of Vito Corleone in Godfather Part 2. He won for Best Supporting Actor. So, as you can see, Robert De Niro was stepping up his game because you know him well as the young version of Vito Corleone in Godfather Part 2. But most people don't realize how much effort he has put in his acting skills in Scorsese films, because he's mostly in all Martin Scorsese films, such as Taxi Driver, Goodfellas, and The Irishman, including Raging Bull. So the whole point about this movie is how many people change and how many people react to things that don't go their way. Like he would for Jake LaMotta, the Raging Bull, he loses his cool when he doesn't get his food right away, and what does he do? He flips the table. Whenever he saw his wife talking to some guys that are just her guy friends, he starts throwing a fit and pulls her off to the side. One of the biggest troubled scenes was Jake asking why his wife was hanging around with his brother. And as you can see, he's pretty delusional, PO'd for no reason. He thinks that his wife was having an affair with his brother. So what does he do? He goes next door to his brother's house and he starts beating his brother up. And I was like, wow, this is a pretty rough movie to watch. But as you can see, this is what Scorsese was trying to explain, how these athletes could turn dirty in many different sporting events, such as karate, boxing mostly. And when you have martial arts and boxing together, you have MMA, mixed martial arts. And if you watch a lot of MMA, you can see many athletes are pretty upset whenever they lose, or they get angry whenever they make a penalty or something. Yeah, it's a pretty rough sport to be in. And yeah, with martial arts and boxing together, you create mixed martial arts. And when you watch UFC, there's amazing, talented men and women who put themselves out there to fight hard and stay strong. I would have to say this was the same thing, but still it took a darker turn. Now, I forgot to mention that this movie is black and white because it's showing how many boxing matches had black and white footage, because it's a really old sport, and it's not just in America, it's all over the world, such as China, England, and other areas around the world. So yes, boxing is a huge American sport. I mean, it's not as huge as baseball and football, but it's one of the competitive sports in America. And yeah, this movie was pretty much stylized how it is, and showed a lot of screen perspectives around many characters and how they feel and what their intentions are whenever they are interacting with another character, or just having their own moments, and start talking about how they're feeling inside and how it's difficult for them to deal with the impossible. So yes, this is my review of Raging Bull. Thank you guys for hearing out my video. Like I said, this is my #1 favorite Scorsese film, Raging Bull. Please check that out. It stars Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci. Thank you guys for watching, and most importantly, comment down below who your favorite athlete is. Please give me that thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and go on the notification bar if you do not want to miss a video I post. Thank you guys for watching. Take care, and I'll see you next time.